And there's no better way to make laughter than putting it with a great cause. And today we've got a very funny man and a good friend of mine. We've got Rick Bronson from Rick Bronson's House of Comedy. Good morning to you.
Good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing good. And we got Jonathan Negretti here as well. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
And today we're talking about the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation and this wonderful cause called Humor to Heal, which you're putting on at your comedy club,
at
right?
The House of Comedy, yeah.
This is going to be good. All right, let's first just get into the disease itself, because I've told you, Jonathan, when we talked out in the hall, I've heard of Crohn's disease, but I've never heard of colitis. And you're a patient of this. You're living with this disease. So can you tell our viewers a little bit about what Crohn's is and what colitis is?
Sure. So colitis is simply the sister disease to Crohn's.
Okay.
They're very, very similar. Colitis is an infection that really occurs in the colon, the large intestine, whereas Crohn's can occur anywhere in the digestive tract.
Okay, and how long have you been living with it?
I've had it since I was 21, 38 now, so
wow.
You do the math, 17 years.
And are you colitis or Crohn's?
Colitis.
And I'm Crohn's, so
yeah.
you see we perfectly balanced it today, Crohn's and colitis.
Yeah, two brothers right here,
exactly.
just hanging strong. This is good.
I'm the much older, uglier
but
brother.
But we couldn't tell, you're looking good. Now tell me, Rick, how did you come about saying, I want to do something to where it brings awareness? Because I've always said, I've heard of the diabetes walk, you've heard of the cancer walk, you never hear of anything about Crohn's.
I think what it comes down to, I was 17 when I was diagnosed with Crohn's, and I think what it comes down to is because it's not what I call the glamour diseases, and there's no such thing as a glamorous disease by any stretch of the imagination, but it doesn't get the attention of things like cancer or AIDS or some of the more common glamour diseases. Unfortunately, I think it's been a taboo about people talking about butt and gut, as I like to call it. It's the gut and butt disease. And for the longest time, people wouldn't even talk about it. And I actually did a comedy special years back and did one joke about having Crohn's. And it was unbelievable, the reaction that I had from just people that wrote in and saying, hey, thanks for talking about it. Thanks for bringing the topic up. And since that happened, this is the first one we're doing here in the Valley, but it's no stranger to me. We've done a lot of fundraisers for the Crohn's and Colitis in other markets and in other cities. So we're just thrilled to be able to do it here. And so far the support's been great, but we'd love to really just fill the place up, have a lot of support, and make a lot of money for a worthy cause. This
is great because, like I said, you don't really hear too much about it. Now, I want to know, is it something that's hereditary? Is this how you get it? Or is it, because sometimes if you don't feel well within your bowels, you're probably thinking, maybe I ate something.
Sure.
So you kind of misdiagnose it and you put it off, but then the symptoms get a little bit worse. So what are some of the symptoms and how do you get this disease?
Well, there's not really a definitive reason why people get this disease. They believe it's genetic, but they don't know that for sure. That's why the research is ongoing, and there's not a cure. As Rick said, it affects a lot of people. I think 1.6 million Americans have this disease. So it's a disease that, although, and I agree with Rick, people don't talk about it, people have it. If you start asking friends and family, you're going to realize, oh, you've come down with your Crohn's or colitis. It'll cause problems in the digestive system. You're going to have pain when you eat. You're going to have all sorts of issues going to the bathroom, and so as Rick said, it's not glamorous at all.
And it can be a lot. I mean, I spent. At my worst, I was 2 months in the hospital. I've had 7 surgeries, and for the longest time, I felt there was a lot of shame about having the disease, and I did not talk about it. But I've become very comfortable as I age. I've become very comfortable talking about all of my illnesses. And now I'm at a point when you have any gut problems, and you have to go see gastroenterologists and see those type of humiliating doctors. You got to look for the humor in it, and that's why it's the humor to heal. And I'll tell you, I don't know how you are, but I'll tell you, I'm now at the age where I'm starting to choose my doctor by the thickness of their fingers. That's just a recommendation I'd make to anyone out there.
You were crazy. Well, talk a little bit about the event, because it is Humor to Heal.
It is Humor to Heal. We brought in one of the greatest headliners, just a crowd. I don't know if you know Rob Little. He's just a crowd-pleasing, very funny guy. I cannot recommend him enough. The event is November 19th at the House of Comedy in High Street, which is formerly City North, because I always tell people, where's that? Wasn't there supposed to be a Nordstrom
But once they go, they'll never forget it. It's a great place.
It is a beautiful room. It's a nice club, and I don't say that because it's ours. I say that because like you have performed in countless comedy clubs across the country. So it's going to be a great event. We have some phenomenal packages that have been put together by some great sponsors. And I don't know.
There was some vacation packages, some memorabilia. Is that what's going on?
We have everything. We have a Phoenix Coyotes package. We have a waste management package, and I mean packages. Like you can get to be a sign holder at the Waste Management. I mean, it's some really impressive things. So
how can people go to this? Can they go to the website and buy the tickets, or do you have to be invited?
So you can go to the website and buy the tickets.
And what's the website that we want to make sure we get people to it?
I believe it's the ccfa.org website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that can get them there.
/humor to heal, if I stand corrected.
Oh, this will be cool. Well, you guys are great. I know this is going to raise a lot of money. And if you know somebody that's dealing with this disease, get on out there, do some laughter, and also bring some awareness. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're coming back next with some pies.